All right. Shalom, Israel. Where the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. So like we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group nor any other Christian organization. All right, so tonight's class is the Brotherhood class. And everybody knows brotherhood is something very important within the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. And it's something that's absolutely necessary when it comes to protecting our families, protecting our children, protecting our way of life that we're supposed to be keeping. You understand? And we're going to get into all of this throughout the lessons, of course. But before we get into it, I will say this. Put your name, city, and state for attendance. Do not forget to share these classes. All right, do not forget to share these classes. Share this class. Share it to your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your friends, whatever, your homeboy, your homegirls, whatever the case may be. All right, especially if you know that they could be interested in something like this. All right, as well, send them these links, Akim. All right, and also Agwafian. Send them these links. All right. Further ado, y'all know how I start off. Because this is the Brotherhood class, all right? What is synonymous to brotherhood? Anybody online, all right, in class tonight? What is synonymous to brotherhood? All right, give Chuba Yagadar a hand. Give Chuba Kazaki a hand. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Brotherhood. Oh, yeah, that's no good. 1 second. Most High in Christ. Give Officer Mataza a hand. Sisterhood. The answer is sisterhood. If y'all do not know, now you guys know. Brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous with each other. You can't have one without the other. You understand? Within every scripture and every verse within this Bible, you're going to find brotherhood. You're going to find and see sisterhood. Like, this is something that needs to be understood. Like, this is brotherhood and sisterhood is so valuable, and it will be and can be so valuable within our cities, in our neighborhoods, where we sleep, where we sleep, where we live. You understand? Where we go to school, where we go out inside and play, where we eat. All this is so important to know. Without brotherhood and sisterhood, we don't really know the direction of where we're supposed to go. Go outside in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, and you will see why brotherhood and sisterhood are so important. You'll see why it's important. And once I get through all these questions, of course, especially if you come to class every Tuesday, you will see why. You will definitely and see why I say these things. And you will find out why brotherhood and sisterhood is so important to have in our cities, our neighborhoods, the homes and families that we create. It's important. And so if brotherhood is synonymous to sisterhood, what is brotherhood and what is sisterhood? That's correct. Give Chuba Yagador a hand. Love. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Who else want to give me an answer? Who else got the answer? I want everybody to answer and be on the same page, especially if you guys can answer. Most High in Christ, love. Brotherhood and sisterhood is love. One of the main things that we have a problem with within the Black community, within the Hispanic community, on those Native American reservations, right? One of the main things that we have a problem is we have two different ways of love. We have different types of love and how we love. We should never have different ways of loving each other. We should not have different meanings of love. Love should be no different from the next person. My way of love should be no different than the next person's love. We should not be loving each other differently. And that's one of the main things that we have. No thanks to Christianity. Because of Christianity, because of our oppressor, our people have been taught that they can love how they want to love. Love is what you feel and think it is. Love is what you make it. Love can be what you want it to be. And that problem is so destructive. That problem has destroyed so many cities and so many neighborhoods, so many marriages, and so many families. This stems from teaching our children and teaching our people that God can be who you want God to be. That's something that the Christian church teaches. God cannot be who you want God to be. You cannot create your own form of God. Well, I think God is like this. Well, I think God is like that. Well, I feel God might do this. I feel like God is all of this and all of that. That is blasphemy. God is God, and God says what he does and what he doesn't do. God says what he loves and what he doesn't love. God states what he likes and what he doesn't like. You understand? God tells you what he hates and what he doesn't hate. All right? God tells you who he's against and who he's not against. Like, this is throughout the Bible. You are not allowed to just make up. You're just not allowed to form and make up some version of God, your version of God. And that has destroyed so many families. All right? Because of your version of God and how you created God out to be and what you think God is and what you think love is. That's where it comes from. Thinking love is what you make it. Love is how you feel it is. And because you made your own way of love and you made your own version of God, now your son is now on the streets selling dope, selling crack, or a drug addict, or terrorizing and shooting up the block and probably facing 20 years to life without parole. This is the problems that we face within the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community when we create God and make our own version of God, which creates our own way of love. We now think love is what we think it is and what we feel it is. Love is how you make it. Love isn't how you make it, Ak. Love isn't how you make it, Akwaf. God isn't who you create him to be. There is no your version of God. There is no you feel like God is this. There is no you feel like God is that. God is the Most High, and the Most High explains everything through these scriptures of what he likes, what he dislikes, what he loves, what he hates, what he's against, what he's for. So like you, it's just plain and simple. If you truly want to stop the violence, if you want to stop the whoredom, if we want to stop the prostitution, if you want to stop the drug addictions, if you want to stop the selling of dope within the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, if you want to come up with the solutions for the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, it starts separating yourself from that goddamn Christian church. It starts from you believing that love isn't what you feel and think it is. It starts with you realizing God isn't who you want him to be. All right? That's what we have to realize. And I hope, and of course, I know all of y'all realize this in class tonight. All of you understand it. I pray that you do. If you don't, you may not want to stay in class for too long because you're not gonna like the message. All right. Now, with that being said, to my next question. If brotherhood is love and sisterhood is love, then what is love? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all right? Give Chuba Yagadar a hand. Give Chuba Kazaki a hand. If you are a trooper, right, give me the precept too as well. If you are a trooper, you have to give me the precept. If you're an officer, you better give me the precept, all right? You better give me the precept to what love is. If brotherhood is love, oh my goodness, I know it's not doing that. That's true. Officer Mataza, give him Officer Mataza a hand. Chuba Kazaki, Chuba Yakadar did it perfectly. All right, I need you to give me my precepts as well, Akim. Troopers, definitely officers. I need my precept. Chuba Yakadar is on point. He gave me my precept. What is my precept? That is not it. Not it whatsoever. Terrible. Okay, Most High in Christ. Give Chuba Kazaki a hand. Give Officer Matasa a hand. Now let's get it on the screen. I see all the brothers put it in. Yes, that is correct. Love is keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You guys are on point. Like, this is what love looks like. You understand? Love looks like this. Caring about your community looks like this. Like, if you truly give a damn about the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, it's supposed to represent this scripture right here alone. All right? It's supposed to represent this. All right? This is the only course of action that we are going to take. This is the only course of action that's actually going to fix the Black community the way we want to fix it. If you truly want the solutions to all of your problems, it's in one word alone: love. Love is going to fix the Black community. The problem is y'all don't know what love is. The problem is we have created our own way of love. We feel like we have been taught to feel and think that love can be what we want love to be, instead of what God says love is to be. This is the issue that we have run into in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3 says, "For this is the love of God," meaning this is what love is right here. This is the love of God. If you are some filthy, disgusting Christian, all right, and I want you to understand this, and this is coming from the bottom of my heart. This is coming from the top, the bottom, the left, the side, the right of it, whatever, of my heart. You filthy, disgusting Christian. You are not, all right? You are not to create your own way of love. For this is the love of God. If you're some filthy, disgusting Christian, And I want you to understand this. All right? This is coming from the Lord too. If you're some filthy, disgusting Christian, all right? And I want you to think about it. I want you to, if you're still a Christian in my class, I want you to dig real deep on what I'm about to say. And y'all may not like it. You're not going to like it at all. 1 second. You're not going to like it at all. Or maybe you will. All right? When it says, for this is the love of God, Christians believe, y'all Christians out there, y'all believe that you have the love of God. You go to church every Sunday. You catch the Holy Ghost. You're sanctified in the name of Jesus. You're covered by the blood. And you truly believe that you know what the love of God looks like. But you don't. Because you are a filthy, disgusting Christian. And the Lord wants us to stop being filthy, disgusting Christians. For this is the love of God. That's the love of God. Stop being a Christian. Right there. Can I stop there, Akim? Can I stop there for tonight's class? That's it. The love of God is to not be a filthy, disgusting Christian. I'll tell you how. It says it right here. I know y'all can't see that it says it right here, but it says it right here that we keep the commandments. Christians don't keep the commandments. That's why it's saying right here. Y'all don't see it. I understand you Christians may not see it. We see it back here, that it tells you the love of God is not to be some filthy, disgusting Christian. Because it says that we keep his commandments. That's what the love of God looks like. Is you keep the commandments. You keep the law. You're not supposed to eat pork. You're not supposed to eat shrimp and lobster. You're not supposed to get tattoos. You're not supposed to con your brother. You're not supposed to steal. You're not supposed to murder. You're not supposed to have sex with animals. You're not supposed to have sex with other men if you are a man. You are not supposed to have sex with other women if you are a woman. You are not allowed to be some porn star. You're not allowed to watch pornography. You're not allowed to have some goddamn OnlyFans account. You understand? This is in the law. Dig real deep and you'll find these scriptures. They are in the law. You're not allowed to have sex with your mother, sex with your father, your father's wife, your uncle's wife, your brother's wife, your stepdaddy's wife. You're not allowed to do these things. Not allowed to have sex with your sister. All right? Your auntie. None of that. You're not supposed to have sex with these people. There are guidelines and rules and regulations that the Lord set up for us to follow. The Lord set up a framework for the Israelites to live by. If I haven't said it in tonight's class, if you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you are the Israelites. You are God's chosen people. You are who God saved out of Egypt. You are who God gave his laws to and his statutes and his commandments. That is who we are as a people. All right. The Lord set up a framework for us to follow and to live by. And we have to follow it obediently. Because that's what love looks like. It's keeping the commandments. You understand? You're not supposed to steal, not supposed to murder, not supposed to get shape-ups, not allowed to wear dreadlocks, not allowed to smoke weed and get high. You're not allowed to smoke, period. You're not allowed to abuse medicine. All of this is in the law. You're supposed to obey what the prophets tell you. You are to obey the prophets. All right. You are to obey what the prophets tell you to do. If you go into these scriptures, whenever a prophet tells you to do something, you are to do it because that is a commandment. That is a law. How many of us knew that obeying a prophet that God set up was a law in the Bible? Anybody in class tonight? Did anybody know that was a law? Y'all let me know if y'all knew that was a law. That is in the law. And if you guys do know that was in the law, give me my precept real quick. because that's what love looks like. Right? Not when I was in the world. Come. You are to obey a prophet that the Lord set up. That is in the law. You can find that in Deuteronomy chapter 18 and also 17. You are to obey the words of the prophets. All right? You are not allowed to set up your own government and to do your own thing. These are things in the law. Whoredom, not allowing your daughters to be a whore or some prostitute or some filthy, disgusting slut. These are things that you are not to do because the law says for us to not do them. And that's what love looks like. And his commandments are not grievous. So like you, his commandments are not grievous, meaning they're not hard. They're not hard whatsoever. But life can be harder than it is when you don't keep God's laws, statutes, commandments. All right. Life will be absolute hell, and life will continue to be absolute hell if you do not keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. And that is something so very important to understand. All right. Something so important to understand. All right. You are not allowed, right, to not keep the law. And that's why you're some filthy, disgusting Christian. You're some filthy, disgusting Christian, and it makes me sick because of how weak Christians really are. Christians are just really weak. They don't really want to do anything in life. Christians are lazy. They don't understand what it means to fight. They don't know what it means to just have a backbone, Akim. They really don't. Christians are just weak. Spiritually, they're weak. Mentally, they're weak. Emotionally, they're weak. Physically, some of them are weak. You understand? Christians are just weak. Really, they're just weak. They don't have any strength behind them. But once you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you have a strength that can overtop any physical strength. You understand? You have a strength that no one else has once you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. There's a strength the Lord is going to give you that he's not going to give to everybody else because they don't keep the law. But you do. You keep the law. So it's given to you. As long as you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, you're good. You're good. Well, there's a strength that these Christians will never be able to tap in. You understand? The strength that comes from keeping the law. You understand? The strength that comes from keeping God's law and statutes and commandments will strengthen your spirit, your emotion, your mentality, your mental, your brain, your everything. That's why it's so important to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's revolutionary to keep the law. It's revolutionary. And it's so revolutionary, it's going to also strengthen you how to be a father. How to be a father. The Black, Hispanic, and Native American home suffers every single day, every day of the week, every day of the month, because we have not been taught how to properly father our sons and to properly father our daughters. This is something that we have to learn. The reason why your sons are so filled with emotions and so lust-filled, because we have failed to teach them how to properly love God. And they have become weak. They have become weak under their lust. They have become weak under their emotions. They have become weak under a woman. They have become weak under vagina. Do you know how many men are weak under some vagina, Akim? When they got a piece of tail in front of them. They are just absolutely weak. So weak. Horrible, horribly weak. And this comes from not being able to properly father our children and father our families and father our neighborhoods and father our cities. Did anybody know that being a father didn't just have to do with being a father of your children? There was a way to be a father of a nation, to be a father of a city, to be a father of a neighborhood, and to also be a father of the house. You understand? There's a way to be a father, and we need to learn how to be a father. All right? And can anybody tell me what is the first step of being a father? Can anybody tell me what's the first step of being a father? Anybody tell me what is the first step of being a father? Being responsible to each other, giving correction, teaching your children the commands. Okay, those are good answers. Those are good steps of being a father. That is, those are steps of being a father. Those are characteristics of being a father as well. So give those brothers a hand. Give Chuba Yakadar a hand. Give Chuba a call a hand. Keeping the laws and commandments. Yes, that is a way to be a good father. Give Chuba Kazaki a hand. He went straight to the honey. He went straight to the honey akim, to the milk and honey. He went right there. He went right there. He said, listen, keeping the commandments is being a good father. That is true. First things first, let me teach y'all something too as well. And I want y'all to teach it just like this one day and say it like this. All right. The first step of being a father is first you have to be a good man. All right. To be a good father, you have to be a good man. If you want to be a good mother, first you have to be a good woman. If you're just a terrible man and some terrible woman, do not expect to be a good father and don't expect to be a good mother. There is no way for you to be this outstanding father if you're just a terrible person. You understand? If you are not a good person, if you're not a good man, if you're not a good woman, then don't expect to be a good father. Don't expect to be a good mother. It's impossible because you're just terrible. And what makes you terrible? What makes somebody not good? Can anybody tell me what makes somebody not good? Let's get to my precept. A person not keeping the commandments, being a talebearer, right? That give Chuba Kazaki a hand. It's like give Chuba a call a hand. A person not keeping the commandments, give Chuba a call a hand. Damn right. Give Chuba Kazaki a hand. Go against the laws, statutes, and commandments. Exactly. Like this is what makes you a terrible person. And this is God's perspective. All right. This is God's definition of defining this is God's determination. I'm going to say just like that too as well. Right. Sin makes us not good. Get you Yakadar hands. Allow me to break it down to you as well, brothers and sisters out there. Mostly for y'all sisters in this case, because this is where this comes to. All right. Because most sisters have this issue. All right. Most sisters have this issue right here. All right. You do not determine, if you are a sister, you alone do not determine what makes a good man. You don't know the beginning of what makes a good man. You don't even know where to start when it comes to what makes a good man, a good man. You don't know, and you'll never know unless you listen to a man. But because you don't listen to men anyway, right? And you don't listen to nothing the brothers say. God forbid, you definitely don't listen to the prophets of the Lord. You're never going to know what a good man is. You are not allowed to determine and define what a good man looks like. All right? Brothers, you yourself do not determine what a good man is. Even though you are a man and you are a brother, you do not determine as a man or a brother what defines and determines a good man. You have no such authority, nor do you have no such right. And shalom, Chuba Shema Gabar Yaba Shem Shabakata. All right? Like, that is something that needs to be understood for y'all brothers and sisters out there, man. God determines, the Lord determines, the Most High determines what defines and determines what a good man is. The Lord defines what a good man looks like and what a good man is. Not you, brother, and not you, sister. Not at all. What do you know? What do you know? And brothers have to realize, all right, we have been following the definition and the determination of what a woman believes what a good man is. Y'all give me some examples out there of what a sister talks about what a good man looks like and what a good man is. Y'all give me some examples. And today I'm kind of outside, so I don't really know. I've heard some things. What are some things y'all have heard? Remind me. Jog up my memory. Right. Having money determines you being a good man. Women have been taught by our oppressor. No thanks to America. All right. And I want y'all to understand it like this. Black women are not to blame. All right. They are not solely to blame. Our oppressor has a big part in destroying and conforming our sisters to their beliefs and philosophies. And no thanks to America, and no thanks to our oppressor, women believe that the characteristics of a good man is having money. Money is what makes a man good. Not his conscience, not his actions, not what he does, not what he says, but money. Money. Money, 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 money. You can be some filthy, disgusting child molester. As long as you got money, you're a good man. You can be some serial killer and some murderer. As long as you have money in your own place, in your own car, you are a good man. As everybody see how naive that mindset is? Can anybody see how dangerous that mentality can really be? That mindset has ruled the Black community. That mindset has ruled the black household for so long now. Look at the outcome of it. You have opened, sis, you have opened your legs up. Sis, you what is Chuba Call said, a sister told me she waiting on the Lord to send her a man to submit to her on those terms. Right. Listen, the brother said a sister told me she waiting on the Lord to send her a man to submit to her on those terms. Well, I'll be damned. The Lord is going to send you a man to submit to you as a sister. I never heard such blasphemy before. The Rib of Officer Mataza Al-Kara systematically taught women to not trust or value a man. That is true. That is true. That's exactly what our oppressor did. Chuba Yagadar. He can be immoral, a liar, theft, etc., as long as the banking is yikes. And sisters love to be lied to, don't they? Sisters rather a liar than someone to tell them the truth at times. There's some sisters. All right. But that's not really on topic, though. All right. But this mindset, this mentality has ruled the black family and the black household, the Hispanic family, the Hispanic household, the Native American families and reservations and cities and neighborhoods and communities. That mentality has ruled our people for so long. Look what it did. And sis, you have opened your legs up to men that you had no business opening your legs up to. Simply because he has money and he put some food in your belly. He says some nice words to you. He puts some food in your belly. He has a house or his own apartment, his own car. He pays 50%, if not 100% of the bills. And that's a good man to you. But he's some filthy, disgusting child molester. Or he's some murderer. Or he's some liar. Or he's some thief. Or he's just some horrible person. Y'all sisters open your legs up to horrible people and then blame us. Y'all blame men for you opening up your legs to men. You are the one, sis, that opened up your legs to these filthy, disgusting men that are horrible because you were not giving the wisdom to who you should open your legs up to. And no thanks to Christianity, our sisters have opened up their legs to men that they had no business opening their legs up to. And listen, same for you, brother. You have slept with sisters and laid down with sisters you had no business laying down with because you know nothing either. You know nothing either. You was raised under Christianity. And Christianity is such a feminine woman spirit. All right. Christianity is a soft, weak, feminine woman spirit. Does everybody understand that? There's no ounce of masculinity in Christianity. There's no ounce of masculinity in Christianity at all. It's nothing but feminine weakness, softness. Like that's Christianity. And men and women have been raised and built off of this spirit and so soft. And that has become destructive. And through our oppressor teaching this philosophy of Christianity, and because of the spirit of Christianity, and because of the religion of Christianity, there's no real protection in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community to defend other Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, women, and children from these things that we face in everyday life, all right, in the cities and neighborhoods that we live and grow up in. We have to be defended and protected from a lot of things that we have no idea we need to be protected from. For an example, all right, for an example, we have to be protected from child molestation. We have to be protected from the alphabet community, the rainbow cats. We have to be protected from Islam. We have to be protected from the spirit of from murdering each other and stealing from each other. These are things that we have to be protected from. You understand? We have to be protected from making terrible decisions based off of our feelings. We have to be protected from ourselves. We literally have to be protected from ourselves. And some of y'all sisters, for sure, need to be protected from yourself. You will destroy yourself, sis. Sis, you will destroy yourself if there wasn't a man over you. And it shows that women have destroyed themselves by not having men over them. You understand? Brothers, it shows that by brothers being raised by women alone, right, they have ended up destroying themselves by kicking a strong black man out of the house and out of the home and out of the cities and out of the neighborhoods, right? Caused our children to grow up and destroy themselves. No normal mindset of a human being is going to sell themselves dope and crack and coke and heroin, knowingly that it's going to kill them in the long run. That's not a normal mentality. All right. You're not going to keep smoking cigarettes, right? You're not going to, if you know that smoking cigarettes is going to give you lung cancer, right? You're not going to keep smoking cigarettes, are you? But because this is the lust that America provides, because there is no real strong man protecting our sons and daughters from destroying themselves, we feel and think that, okay, I'm not going to be the one to get the lung cancer if I smoke cigarettes. Every brother and sister feels like they're not going to be the one to get it. Just like some of y'all brothers out there that love to have sex with whores and prostitutes. You think that you're not going to be the one to get the HIV. You think you're not going to be the one to get the AIDS. You're not going to be the one to get the chlamydia. You're not going to be the one to get the gonorrhea. You're not the one that's going to get the herpes. You're not going to be the one to get the warts. You're not going to be the one to get the HPV. You are above this. Because you believe you are above this, because you believe you're covered by the blood. That's where being covered by the blood comes from. You believe you're personally covered by God, and you're covered by the blood, and you're covered by the blood of Jesus, and you sanctified. That mentality grew into you believing and thinking that you are different than everyone else, and it's not going to happen to you. All right. It says Christianity teaches God knows your heart so you're safe in all you do. Right. Christians teach all this. Right? That's perfect. Get Chupi Dakadara hand. Teaches God knows your heart. So you're safe in all you do. This is what that developed into you believing that you're not going to be one to get these things. And you're going to get it. All right. Keep playing around. Well, what was that meme out there? It was some Edomite. Of course, he took it from black people because we say this a lot. But some Edomite is drawn on the board. And he says, the more you F around, the more you're going to find out. And so, listen, Akim, and listen, Akwafi, the more you F around, the more you are going to find out. And I'm warning you to not find out. Do not find out the HPV, the chlamydia, the gonorrhea. You understand? Don't find it out. The AIDS, the HIV, the herpes, the crabs, the syphilis. Don't find it out. Don't find out the lung cancer. All right? Don't find it out. The only way to stop this is learning how to father our communities the way we're supposed to father them, man. It says the steps of a good man in Psalms 37:23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. If you want to be a good father, first things first, you have to be a good man. And to be a good man, what defines a good man is ordered by the Lord. And he delighteth in his way. What are things ordered by the Lord? That's talking about his laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord orders you to not be a murderer. And by being a non-murderer, you're a good man. By not being a liar, you are a good man. These are all the beginning steps of being a good father. you have to be a good man. You understand? The only way to defend our cities, to defend our neighborhoods, to defend our communities, to defend our homes, our houses, our families, we have to properly learn how to father them. We have to learn how to father. Being a father is the most important thing to Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, women, and children. All right? Having a father in Israel is important. That's why God is known to be our what? What is God? What is God always referenced to? Anybody online? What is God always being referenced to? Reference to a what? Get you Yagadar had a father. There's a reason why. Right. Exactly. Being a father, Abanava, meaning our father. You understand? A father. Being a father is something so important. All right. That's why God is known in reference to being a father. Because being a father in Israel and being a father has so much impact on a society. Having a father, being raised by a good father, of course, as well, and being under a good father and being nurtured under a good father, you will see the difference. You can be able to tell a man and a woman that was raised by at least a decent father. You understand? Or just a father in general at times. All right. Of course, some of our parents and our fathers and mothers before us, of course, they did the best that they could. And I want y'all to know that too. All right. Y'all parents, all right, your father, your mother, they did the best that they could with the tools that they had. And this is why you're now in the truth. Because now you are giving tools. Now you are being given tools that are absolutely going to work. This tool right here in Leviticus 19:29 is going to work. Understand? If you want to stop the shootings in the Black community, read this verse right here, Leviticus 19:29. If you want to stop all the stealing, read Leviticus 19:29. You understand? If you want to stop all the diseases running rampant, read Leviticus 19:29. If you feel like there's a kids being raised by single mothers, and it's a problem. If you think there's a problem with women raising children on their own with no father in the home, read Leviticus 19:29. I pray y'all understand that. Leviticus 19:29 says so much and y'all don't even realize it. Whoredom will destroy a community. Whoredom will destroy a land, a nation. Whoredom has destroyed the entire earth, and y'all don't even realize it. Through whoredom is the reason why we're all going through some BS right now. It's because of whoredom. It's because of prostituting that daughter. It all stems from that. You understand? And a good father can prevent this. All right? Being a good father will truly make a difference in something like this. And it says, do not prostitute thy daughter. It says, do not prostitute thy daughter. All right? What does it mean? Y'all let me know. What does it mean to prostitute thy daughter? The Bible says, do not prostitute thy daughter. What does it mean to prostitute thy daughter? giving her over to money, okay? Giving her over to men for money, okay? To allow her liberty, or should I say much liberty, okay? Raising her to sell herself. Okay, now, okay, Trooper Yagadar, when you said raising her to be a whore, explain. And also Trooper Kazakia, explain to allow her liberty. Explain that to me too as well. Y'all on to something when y'all say that. All right, but Trooper Call, giving her over to Memphis. At face value, yes, prostitution is that as well. All right, prostituting your daughter, that's legitimately prostitution. All right, so for y'all brothers talking about, her selling herself for money, that is actual prostitution. But the law is spiritual. All right, the law is spiritual. The Bible talks about that in Romans chapter 7, verse 14. The law is spiritual. Falakia. All right, the law is very spiritual. So don't limit it to actual prostitution. Chuba Kazaki says having too much freedom sometimes at too young of the age that could develop in something evil as she gets older. Okay, I'll work with that. Khan, what else? And also to let me see. It could lead to true prostitution. Right? It could lead to true prostitution. Not teaching her marriage. Oh goddamn! Give Chuba Yakadar a goddamn man. Hold on, I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read the screens, like it. But I already seen something I liked that Chuba Yakadar said. Not teaching her marriage is sex, so she gives herself to many men for a reward, money or otherwise. Okay, I like. Okay, Chuba Yakadar. These are good answers, by the way. Akim. Chuba Kazakia, give Chuba Kazakia a hand, Chuba Yagadar a hand, give Chuba Lakal a hand, like you guys are on it. All right. A mother sleeping with many men and not teaching her to be a woman according to the. Listen, these are all good answers, Zach. This is what it means to do not, whatever y'all just said, that's what it means to not prostitute thy daughter. There is a way to prostitute your daughter without even realizing that you are making your daughter become a whore. That's why the next line says, to cause her to be a whore. There are ways to prostitute thy daughter without actually selling her, right, for money. Hold on, let me see. The rib of Amataza Kara, not teaching the value of herself and allowing her to be with a man and not hold her sex. Right. Give the rib of Mataza Kara a hand. Damn right. Like, these are ways to prostitute that daughter. Now, so like y'all know, I'm gonna just give it to y'all raw. All right, I'm gonna just say what y'all said, but I'm gonna give it to y'all raw. I'm gonna give it to y'all One West. You know how much I love y'all, and how much I'm just gonna go straight forward. I'm gonna go all One West with it. All right, I came in that waffy, and that's just it. All right, there's a way to prostitute thy daughter, and I'm gonna go back off. I don't like to say piggyback, so like it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pretty much bounce off of what you guys already said. By teaching your daughter that sex isn't marriage, teaching your daughter that, okay, when you teach your daughter that, you got to look for Mr. Right, you have to look for the right person, and that person may not be the right person. You know what I'm saying? That person may not be the right person for you. If you're going through all this trouble and all this chaos, this might not be the right person for you. So you might want to leave him and get another man. And so now this sister is being raised to go through life looking for some fairy tale, whatever their mother or even sometimes their father could have taught her, right? Because remember, Christianity is a feminine spirit. If a man is raised under Christianity, he's already feminine. He's already in the mindset of a woman. Everybody understands that, right? He's already in the mindset of a woman. All right, he already has an effeminate spirit, and so by being Christian, he's already there on a sister's level already. he's intertwined with his feelings. He's in touch with his feminine side by being a Christian. You understand? And so because of so, he's also teaching his daughter, and you got to look for Mr. Right. I was Mr. Right for your mother. You was weak for your mother, for her mother. All right? You was weak for her. You were soft for her. You had no backbone for her. She told you what to do. She forced you into what she wanted you to do. You were forced into doing these things. You understand? Like, this is what happens. So now you got the father and the mother too as well. But if you're getting taught, if you're teaching your daughter, right, and you're teaching this young sister, you gotta look for Mr. Right. And Mr. Right is however you define him. What makes a man right? What makes a man Mr. Right? There's only one thing that makes a Mr. Man. I want to see how many of y'all get it. Let's wipe the Christianity off for y'all. I know y'all probably know the answer without even me saying that. What makes Mr. Right Mr. Right? Can anybody tell me what makes Mr. Right Mr. Right? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what makes Mr. Right Mr. Right. I want to see how many of y'all get it. I want a sister to answer. So, Salakia, if any sisters in class, I want you to answer what makes Mr. Right Mr. Right in the world.
Not you, I see them out.
All right. What makes Mr. Right in the Christian church or in the world? Okay, Sister Anna came through right on time. Sister Anna, give me the answer too. I want a sister to answer. What makes Mr. Right? Hold on. No, Salakia, Chupa Kazakia. The question is, what makes Mr. Right in the world? Khan. Yeah, Khan, I disregarded Khan. What makes Mr. Right in the world to a sister? What makes this a good man to a sister? Right? What else makes a good man to a sister besides the money? What makes Mr. Right Mr. Right? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? I want a sister to answer this too. What makes Mr. Right Mr. Right? What makes a sister really like you? Especially in the world. Some of y'all sisters in the truth got it too. Don't worry. We know all sisters are the same in a way. In a way, not all sisters are the same, but this right here, sisters damn near are synonymous in agreement with, no matter who they are. Some sisters have damn near formed a cult. Let me see. In the world, there's someone that provides for a woman and holds her in high regard. Okay, that's a little okay. Nah, that is true, sis, but not quite. There's one unanimous definition that sisters will always agree with that makes a good man Mr. Right, and they'll ignore everything else. And it's not the money. The answer is not money. Happy wife, happy life type of guy. I can't say the N-word on it, but Khan. Khan. Not that. It doesn't, not just that. Y'all let me know what, listen. A man that chases her, not quite. Sisters do love to be chased. That's true. All right. I barely chase my liquor, so I don't chase sisters. I'll tell you that. I don't even have a chaser for my liquor right now. So, for one thing, I ain't chasing no sister. And so, Salakia, for anyone out there, all right, anyone out there tuning in from a different city, same city, whatever, if you want a brother in the UPK, put your bid in for him. All right? Put your bid in for him. All right? There's plenty of brothers that need sisters back here. Just let y'all know, my camp leader, Captain Nanazak Nashai. Go ahead and give him a call. Or contact your camp leader, of course. Okay, a man that throws good. Excuse me. Y'all, oh my goodness. Let me see. Shit makes her toes curl. Now, la down the begging knee type of brother. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all all one more chance. Y'all saying good things. But y'all need to wipe the, maybe if I wipe, think Christianity, maybe. Think Christianity. Think Christianity. And what makes Mr. Right Mr. Right? What makes a good man a good man? And all sisters will agree to this one unanimous definition of what makes a good man. Everything else, they can deal with everything else. Sisters can deal with everything else as long as you are this. As long as you do this for me, right? Not the pastor. Anybody else want to give it a shot? I'm gonna give y'all one more time. So True Kazaki, he put in his thing. Okay, in touch with the feminine and her senses. A pastor that can speak in a pimp language. Anybody else want to give it a shot? One more. Y'all sisters want to give it a shot? Well, goddamn, give Trooper y'all can. Someone finally gave you the answer. Somebody finally gave me the answer. Give Trooper y'all a darn hand. Give him a damn hand. I thought the sisters would have got it first. All right, I thought the sisters would be able to get it first from me, but no sweat. The brother had to be able to give the answer. Faithful only want her. That's what makes Mr. Right Mr. Right. That's what makes a man a good man in the Christian church and in the world, or even in these regular small boyfriend and girlfriend relationships. Right? All right? That's just that. This brother could be a child molester. This brother could be some pedophile. This brother could be a murderer, serial killer, selling dope, selling coke, in and out of prison. As long as that rod between his legs, is only inside of her, he's a good man. As long as he's not thinking about getting another woman, he's a good man. You understand? That's it. Nothing else matters. That's Mr. Right. Mr. Right is right. Oh, no sweat, sis. Salaki, I know you lost. No sweat. I'm gonna get you back on track. No sweat. That's what Mr. Right is. Mr. Right, a good man is that. All right. That's what Mr. Right and what a good man looks like in the Christian church. You understand? You know what I'm saying? That's what makes a good man a good man. Do you know how many marriages? Do you know how many sisters become whores simply because our sisters are taught at a young age? Since like little. I mean, sisters are taught this little, Akim. Like, think about at 5 or 6 years old, right? You're taught to have like a little boo thing, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And girls are taught if this boy is with listen, I see 5 and 6 year old little girls getting mad at another 5 and 6 year old little boy for holding hands with another girl. Oh my God. I'm like, well, damn, it starts at 5. Imagine when a sister gets in her 20s, then her 30s, then her 40s. Well, goddamn, now you have a monster from the Black Lagoon. Oh my God. You understand? All right. You wondering why sisters are breaking your windows, cutting your tires, going through your phone, breaking your phone because you went through the damn thing, and all this other type of nonsense? It's because you got another woman out, and now you have become a terrible man. Once you get another woman, you are a terrible father. You could be the best father of the year. You are the father of the year. You're there for your kids every day. You bring them to football practice. You bring them to soccer practice. You're making sure they're getting straight A's in school. You're making sure they pass college. But best and believe you get another woman out. If you decide, even if you think about getting another woman out, you have become the worst man ever to live. To live. You have become the worst man to live. You're not. You have no idea what's being said in the chat though. Like Most High in Christ, Chuba Yagadar. Yeah, kind of the water to the sister. Damn right. Most High in Christ. Chuba Yagadar. That's all Esau pushes. Total devotion, Prince Charming. Only have eyes for you, lifetime. Yes, all of this. You are raised from little girls, even from a little boy, that you're only supposed to have one, and all this other type of stuff, of course, right? And so sisters are being taught that if a man decides to get another woman, she has the right to leave him to get another man. God never gave you that right. You understand? Now, of course, back here, if you want to get another wife, get counsel first. Just don't up and get another wife. It's best for you to get counsel before you get another sister. All right? Before you, honestly, if you do not have a wife at all, right? Like if you're someone like me that doesn't have a wife at all, that doesn't really have a rib, right? You ask, all right? You ask, all right, and get counsel before you get one. All right? That's why I'm telling these sisters now, put their bid in. I've been asking, and Captain has been looking. All right, and I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know. It's lucky. I'll be patiently waiting. But now, besides that, all right, this is what sisters go for. All right, this is what sisters do. That's what sisters go for. That's what makes Mr. Right, Mr. Right. That's what makes a good man. And this is what makes our sisters out to be whores and harlots and sluts and prostitutes. You understand? Our sisters have become such whores and harlots. No thanks to Christianity. All right? Because sisters have had so much sex. Because sex is not marriage in the world. Sex is not really important. It's not really a thing. And so because our sisters are having sex with so much men, and they're experimenting the rainbow and tasting the rainbow and having all kinds of Skittles in and out of their mouth and body and whatever, right? Size matters. Now size is a thing. If you're not the right size, then that's it. She gets to move on too. If you're not pleasuring her the way in bed, because she's numb to sex. She's numb. She's numb to pleasure. Some of y'all sisters out there, for y'all whores out there, you guys are numb to pleasure because you guys are so goddamn nasty. All right, you guys are so nasty. You guys are just so erotic. You guys are just so whatever, so goddamn horny, I guess. All right, you can't feel pleasure anymore from men. you can't be, it could be for any reason because you had so many men, or you have no men at all, and in your bedroom sounds like a goddamn barbershop every night. You can't feel pleasure anymore. You don't have any more pleasure. All right? You can't feel nothing. You're numb to it. And so now when you're in and out of relationships, this man cannot please you the way you want him to please you because you've been such a whore, or you've been so lonely for your entire life, and you've been using things that you're not, I'm going to say not supposed to be using, but you have been using things that could affect what's downstairs. No man can please you. No man can pleasure you the way that a man is supposed to. And now you leave this man, or you don't want to be with this man anymore because he can't please you the way you want him to, that you want him to please you as, or whatever the case may be. These are problems that occur. This is what prostitutes our daughters, right? This is what makes our daughters into whores. Teaching your daughter, right, that if he don't got no money, if he don't got no bread, if he don't got his own house, his own car, you don't give him no cat. You don't give him nothing. You don't give him no kitty. What was that song? what was that song from? Was it Nicki Minaj? No, it wasn't Nicki Minaj. I think it was Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, right? One of the things was, how'd it go? Y'all probably know how it go. It said, broke niggas don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. How many of y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that verse and that slogan? How many of y'all heard sisters screaming that out loud when that song first came out? Broke don't deserve no kitty. That's right. Y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that? I remember it clear as day. I remember hearing a bunch of this loudmouth sisters screaming it. This is what that turned into. Yes, Khan, Shuba Shemagabar, he heard it. That has stemmed from teaching your daughters, right? That stemmed from teaching your daughter to not to look for men that have money and wealth. Right, the song WAP. There we go. Right. All right. Teaching your daughter, look for men that have money. And if they don't have money, don't go for it. If they lose money, you leave them. Don't be a brother that loses money with a sister. Ooh-wee. I can't imagine the pain. I can't imagine. They proud, right? They're proud to be prostitutes, right? They're being proud whores. I can't imagine a sister leaving me when I'm broke. I think that's heartbreaking, Aki. I don't know. I would never want to go through that pain. A sister leaving me and I'm broke on my last leg. Damn. You're only with me when I'm up, but when I'm down, you out. Damn. But these are the kind of sisters you have to also look out for too, Aki. And this comes from being a terrible father. This also comes from not being a father. This also comes from America taking fathers out of the home and systematically destroying the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. Like this is where all of this comes from. All right, and we pay a price for it. Now I might have to give it to y'all. All right, possibly. There's another way that you can prostitute that daughter. And I want y'all to think marriage. Think marriage. I want y'all to think marriage. And think of another way that can prostitute that daughter and make her out to be a whore. Y'all let me know. Bidding her out for the largest dowry. Arranged marriages. Not so much arranged marriages. Arranged marriages actually work. Tell her she can divorce if she's not happy. We get true Yagadar hand. That is true. That's not what I'm looking for though. But that is very true. A sister can leave you when she's not happy. That's another way. Our sisters are taught. Give the rib of Officer Mataza Al-Qur'an hand. Divorce to be happy. Yes. Sisters are taught. Now that is a big one too, but that's not the one I'm looking for though. But that's very big. All right. Y'all, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I forgot about that one. So like it. The water to y'all both. I don't know how I forgot about happiness. Happiness has destroyed so many marriages. All right. As if you're going to be happy forever. I guess you're supposed to be happy every single day of your life. Right? You're supposed to be so goddamn happy. Well, let me explain something to you, sis. You're not always going to be happy in a marriage. All right? Being a wife is actually more being a wife and being a husband. All right, but we're going to talk about being a wife. Being a wife is more about being unhappy than anything. being a husband is actually being more unhappy than anything, because it all deals with sacrifice. It all deals with compromise. You have to compromise in a marriage, Akio. There is things that you cannot compromise. Then there are things you can compromise. I pray that everybody understands what I'm saying. There are things you can compromise. Then there are things that you cannot compromise in a marriage. And if y'all need more on that, like a marriage counseling or something like that, y'all just call the school number and I can definitely give that counsel, especially Captain Nazat Nashah can give that counsel for sure. All right. But for sure, there are things you can compromise and things you cannot compromise. But marriage does deal with compromise and sacrifice. And sometimes those compromises and sacrifices may make you the most unhappy person ever. But you're not forever going to be unhappy. If you are unhappy every day of your life, then you truly have a problem. That's a sign of a mental illness. If you're unhappy every single day, you have to get that checked out. Understand? Like I tell brothers and sisters all the time, feelings come and go. All right. You're not always going to be happy, just like you're not always going to be sad. You're not always going to be mad. You're not always going to be angry. You're not always going to feel sleepy. Like these are feelings, and feelings come and go. But love is forever. They got an option with the Christian church that the UPK does not give. Right, exactly. The Christian church gives an option of divorce. There is no divorce back here. We're in it in the long run, sis. We're in it in the long run. But to give it to y'all for time's sake, brothers and sisters are in a goddamn relationship for 10 to 12 years. Or maybe as low as 2 to 3 years. If that sister wants a ring and she don't get it, that's it. If that sister don't get marriage, legal marriage, that's it. It's as if that relationship never happened. It's as if you wasn't having sex with her at all. Because sex is not marriage in the world. Sex is just sex in the world. You could be together with a sister for 4 to 5 years. If you don't get on one knee and propose to her and give her that ring, she's leaving you out. As if nothing ever happened. Some sisters won't even have sex with you or marry you if you don't give them a ring. And that destroys the family structure. And that destroys the black community. You're not going to marry your brother because he doesn't give you a ring or legal marriage? Well, no sweats. Enjoy. Enjoy your life. I understand that. I understand. I don't understand, but I understand. Enjoy. You're going to be, it's really selfishness. All right, it's really selfishness. Like you're going to, and the reason why it's so destructive, because some sisters risk, a lot of sisters risk in putting themselves in risk and the future children in risk with men they end up trying to marry in the long run, which they have no business marrying. Like that's why if you ever run into the truth as a brother or a sister, that's why you get taught that sex is marriage, and you are taught to carefully choose who to marry, because this is a lifelong decision. And your lifelong decision should not be based on some celebration or some ring or some jewelry or some big event or some wedding. It should be based on what is right and what is wrong, what's moral, what isn't moral. Like these are things you have to think about. What is right, what is beneficial. Has nothing to do with a wedding or a ring or etc. etc. If you're basing who your man is going to be based off of him giving you that, then you're going to run into a terrible man. You're going to run into a terrible man. If you're a sister, you're going to run into a terrible woman. If you're basing off that, okay, I want this sister because I want to be able to have this sister based on the principle of me being able to have a wedding with her and give her a ring and things like that. You're going to run into a horrible sister that way. And you're going to hate your life for the rest of your life. And sis, vice versa. Kana Makan, the marriage license means more than the relationship, the family, right? Give all some Taza Al-Qur'an hand. Right, the piece of paper, aka Esau's permission slip for marriage, right? Give Chuba Yagadar a hand. All of that stuff is really just evil. There's evil intent behind it. Evil things can be used with it. All right, legal marriage is not pushed back here. We don't push legal marriage. It's a very, it's a very touchy subject because it's dangerous. You want to be wary of it. You want to be very wary of that legal marriage, Akim. Be very, very wary. You can't, just be wary. Get counsel before you do. Before you want to do something like that. You're going to get counsel and we're going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you no. Don't call me. If you want to hear yes, don't call me. Second thought, you're going to get no. That's a lie. You're going to get no from everybody. It's a trap. Get Chuba Kazaki hand. You're going to get no from everybody. You can call any. You can call the general. You can call the captains. You can call any officer. You can call me. Call me. Call me first so I can tell you no. I retract what I say. Please call me so I can tell you hell no, don't do it. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. There's no real reason to it. There's no real reason. Brothers and sisters will give you reasons why you can do it, and they're not real valid reasons. You'll see that in the long run. All right, in the grand scheme of things. But it says, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom. Like the land has fallen to whoredom. You understand? Like this is something a father can prevent. Because of single mothers running rampant in the community, single mothers raising the children now, no fathers in the home, men on drugs and crack and coke and selling dope in and out of prison. Like our structure has been toppled. The black family structure has been toppled. The father aspect of things has been toppled, and now the spirit of Christianity and the framework of what our oppressor installed in Black, Hispanic, and Native American women has ruled the ghetto and ruled the community so much it destroyed everything. And now our whole land is to whoredom, and through whoredom causes violence. It says you set a terrible precedent by giving her the biggest ring and glamorous ceremony, right? Exactly, in idolatry, correct. Like, let me explain something, Aki and Akwaki. All right. When it comes to whoredom, with whoredom, there's violence. Whoredom is a violent lifestyle. Being a whore and causing your daughters to be whores and slutting out our women, all right, and prostituting out our women, that's a dangerous, violent lifestyle. You understand? Can anybody explain to me how whoredom, harlotry, prostitution can be such a violent lifestyle? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Two men fighting. Well, let me start with Chuba Yagadar. I said, okay, most of your beefs in neighborhoods be over brothers sleeping with the same chick. Okay. Give Chuba Yagadar a hand. Chuba Kazakia, two men fighting over one female or multiple. Give Chuba Kazakia a hand. Men fighting over a woman, diseases. Right. Give Trooper Shemai Gabar a hand. Trooper Yagadar, brother sell drugs to get more whores. Right, give Trooper Yagadar a hand again. These are all good answers. Whoredom causes violence. All right, being a whore causes these violence. If you don't want to lose your son to gunplay and gun violence and running drills and spinning blocks and spinning bins, how many of y'all know what it means to run a drill? I'm from up north, so y'all may not have heard this before. Does anybody know what it means to run a drill? Y'all let me know online. What does it mean to run a drill? Y'all know what it means to run a drill? Y'all it's like, I don't know how I caught that. I dropped my liquor in, but I caught it. Must have been of the Lord. Does anybody know what it means to run a drill? Most High in Christ, get you with Shemai Gabar hand, drive by. That's what it means to run a drill. It's like spinning the block. It's like spinning the bin. Right, it's like killing, right, Chicago killing season. Right, I'm from Chicago, right, I'm from Chicago, killing season, right, run a drill. All right, this comes from northern areas or just bad areas like Chicago, New York, Jersey. All right, these terms are known. Philly, possibly. All right, we may not use it as much in Virginia. I don't know. I haven't heard it. All right, but to run a drill, but that's the common. You want to know the common terminology now. I know I'm old, so I got to get with the program. All right, but to run a drill, meaning to run a lick. All right, drive by. And so some of those drills are being ran. Right, gunned down. Right, to run a drill on. All right, and to run a drill on is not like something new. The term run a drill has probably been here since probably the 2000s as well. But a lot of brothers still use it today. And so to run a drill, all right, brothers be running drills out here, all right, and they're over sisters. That's the point. All right, brothers are running drills on each other, spinning the block on each other, spinning the bin on each other, stepping on each other, shooting up blocks, shooting up homes and houses and cars over some filthy, disgusting slut. Imagine your son is going to die in some drive-by because of some slut. I want y'all to think about it. And I want you to explain to some of those Christian men and women out there that your son has the possibility of dying in a shooting because of some slut. Because some father or mother taught their daughter to look for Mr. Right. If you're not happy, leave. Size matters. You understand? Too much liberty. That's what the brother was talking about with that too much liberty. That too much liberty, too much freedom. Sisters are given too much freedom. Our sisters have been taught that that's their body and they can do what they want to with it. Fathers and mothers in this generation are teaching their daughters that is your body and you can do what you want with it because it is your body. And now your son is dead because of it. Now your nephew is dead because of it. Because someone else taught their daughter how to be a slut. Your daughter's a slut now. You taught your daughter how to be a slut, right? She's a whore now. She's a harlot. She's a harlot now because she decided to look for Mr. Right. She's a harlot because you didn't put a ring on her finger. She's a harlot and some whore now, some hoe, right? Because she's unhappy. You understand? This is why. All right. Right, it does go down in Portsmouth and Norfolk. I know Newport News as well. Come on. Brothers be running drills on each other because of some sluts. And now you got to bury your 16-year-old because of some slut. Your daughter got caught up in the crossfire. Your little cousin, your little nephew, your little niece, your little nephew got caught up in the crossfire of some lick and some drive-by or some drill over a slut. Over some whore, over some hoe. That's the reality that we live. Only if we learned how to father properly and be a good man and to be a good father. We can prevent all of this. If you want to prevent the shootings, if you want to prevent the violence, if you want to prevent the death toll rate, if you want to prevent in and out, brothers are in and out of prison over a whore or over some BITCH. Imagine you are doing 10 years, a 10-year bid, a 15-year bid, or a 5 or 6 year bid over some hoe, some harlot, someone who's going to give their box to 5 other men while you're incarcerated for running some drill or spinning the block or getting into some fight or brandishing some weapon on someone because you wanted to fight for this whore's honor. I guess you're shooting the block in this whore's honor. You're beating your brother up to a pulp in this whore's honor. You must be robbing this brother in this whore's honor. Giving so much honor. Y'all give honor to these hoes, don't you? Y'all must give honor to these hoes out here. These brothers in the world is be giving honor to these hoes. These brothers are doing 5 to 10 to 6, 20-year bids over hoes out. That must be honorable to do. That must be honorable. That must be the most honorable thing you can do nowadays. Go to jail for some slut. Go to prison for this whore. Because and while you're in prison, she got 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 more rides in her. Well, I'll be damned. Listen. And the land become full of wickedness. That's the wickedness, Ak. The wickedness is the shootings, the violence, the killings, the death, the in and out of prison, the in and out of jail, child support, all this other stuff. All of this is because of teaching your daughter, of prostituting that daughter, and teaching your daughter how not to be a whore according to God's eyes. This is why these things are happening. This is why it's very important for us to love. This is what love looks like right here. To not do these things. To not prostitute that daughter. This is what love looks like. I just taught everyone within the 2 hours how to properly love. This is how you love. This is how you do it. There is no other way to love but this way right here. Does everybody understand? You love by preventing your cities, your neighborhoods, your towns, your families, your homes, your houses. You love them by preventing whoredom, by preventing harlotry. And this is how you do it right here in Leviticus 19:29. This is how you do it. It's right here, right in front of you. So there's no other way to do it but that. And I pray you understand. Most High in Christ, Chubukazaki, Kana Khan. Let's see. All right. Let's see if I can back this up a little. No, I'm fine right here. That's all we're doing. All right, Aki. With that, we're going to get the security announcements. All right, security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3, chapter 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher. Make sure y'all pay your tithes. All right, y'all know where to go. All right, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we are now in the Feast of First Fruits. If y'all do not know, we are now in the Feast of First Fruits. 50 days is when we close the Feast of First Fruits, which should be, I believe it should be the 29th of May. It should be May 29th. I'll double check that I'll give that information to next class, but I'm almost positive it's then, but it's 50 days. So right now, once the Feast of Unleavened Bread ended, we run right into the Feast of First Fruits. There's no opening the Feast of First Fruits. There's just a closing, so we'll do a Sabbath service. That feast will be in Virginia for sure. It'll be in Virginia. We'll look for a location to have it, and we'll make sure we keep that in mind. All right. And so now with that, I say shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, brought a thumb to the brothers. And shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan, Ba'ashem Yahushai to the sisters. With that, shalom. Wafia.